far, but I guess that's just how it is. Anyway, let's do this. Yeah, that's true. So this run is technically pretty straightforward outside of boss fights. I'm basically just trying to get from A to B as fast as I can, skipping the most annoying encounters. This is the boring tutorial level, there's not really much to say about it. I'm trying to trigger all of the tutorial messages just so they won't bother me later. There's actually no particular reason why I'm using these bamboo flasks. I just have nothing else to do right now. They're pretty much the simplest healing item you can get in the game, but I'm not really going to be needing those considering I only have 1 HP. So pretty much every encounter in this game is random. There are some maps that have fixed enemy spawns, but you can just skip those by just walking through the zone. And yeah. There's a certain amount of encounters I want in this tutorial level. Basically enough to get me 1 fight short of level 2. But that usually doesn't happen, because why would anything good ever happen? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get 2 more encounters here, which means I'm gonna be level 2 by the time I reach the boss. That's pretty bad luck, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's just a nice reference point to have. Yeah, here we go. So this first boss is pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna hit him until he dies, interrupting his abilities. At least the ones that I don't want him to use because they waste time. Which is basically all of them except for one. So this is the only ability he has I want him to actually do, because he's on the floor for quite some time, allowing me to get some extra damage in. But yeah, other than that, it's just going to be 1.5 minutes of this. Yeah, that's pretty bad luck. He only did one jump so far. Or one body slam, rather. So yeah, that's the first boss. It's not really all that exciting, but I promise it will get more exciting later on. No, boss HP is pretty much always the same, but this game has a feature called dynamic difficulty. So depending on how long you take to deplete the boss's health bar, you actually can deplete 2 of them at the same time, basically speeding up the fight. But it's not actually viable in a speedrun, because I'm killing them so fast anyway, it basically evens out. But yeah, every boss has like 5 or 6 bars of health. Yeah, now I get to walk all the way back to the start. So if you have any donations to read, this would be the perfect time.
Afraid not. So continue. Good luck on your run.
Alright, thanks.
But yeah, I really agree with what you said, like why there isn't a routed run of Kisuke yet. But you know, we're on the case.
Yeah, we're working on it. So the current world record for this game is a 1:25:39. I actually got a new PB yesterday doing a practice run, which is 8 seconds slower than the current world record. Alright, now we're in Act 2, which can be quite annoying because this is where ghost encounters start to happen, which are pretty much the worst enemies you can get. So we want to have a smoke bomb ready for those. So what smoke bombs do is basically just you can use them when you encounter some enemies, and that basically just lets you skip the whole encounter. I will be picking up quite a lot of them as I go. So I'm actually saving here because I will be buying an item at the second merchant coming up that lets me teleport back to the last shrine I saved at, which I will be doing quite a lot through the run. So here I'm buying some cabbage, which will be used to cook food in this game. Sadly, it's not as exciting as in Dragon's Crown, but it's just as delicious. So this food buff I just got basically increases my strength by 15 points, which is quite a lot, and pretty much destroys everything I am going to encounter. Basically like this. So the reason why I'm rolling to the edge of the screen at the end of every fight, because the camera kind of snaps to where you're standing, and that kind of saves like a second in some points.
Isn't rolling faster than running as well?
Yeah, it is faster than running, but you can only do it in combat, so I'm not really doing it much.
As you can probably tell with this game, a lot of it comes to when it comes to random encounters that you want to be as far towards wherever you're going.
Yeah, at some point it really comes down to that. Actually, the task has 0 random encounters in it. That's because it skips every encounter trigger, but that's just not really feasible to do in an RTA speedrun. Unless you actually want to go and memorize where every single trigger in the game is.
I did get a donation just now. Sorry for interrupting you.
Right, go for it.
Okay. $45 from FAIRC. Muramasa is the best katanas collecting game. While jet fuel can't melt steel beams, Muramasa katanas can cut them with ease, especially when wielded by Trineas Kensei. Translator's notes. Kensei means master swordsman. Good luck on your run from Deed, Crapula, and Waki. Please make your wife or harem proud. Also, play TGM.
Thanks, guys. And I'm not gonna play TGM. So yeah, that's the ghosts I mentioned before, but thankfully at this point I already have 2 smoke bombs, so I can skip them easily.
We got another donation at $10 from NJ saying, I've been watching your stream for the past week, so here's a donation. Message for Trin. Dai Su Ki.
Thanks, friend.
Also, what would katana wielder be without his or her quick draw?
Yeah, the quick draw is really handy in this game, especially when you have a strength buff up. Because there's some enemies that just die to it instantly. So you just do it at the start of the fight and that's basically all you have to do. It's not actually used in boss fights because it wastes a lot of time doing it. And it only recharges like every 30 seconds. So yeah, these cappers can be really annoying because they can dive underwater and just stay there for a few seconds. I got pretty lucky though. So yeah, the second boss is a lot more interesting and also pretty much the most annoying boss in the whole game. He can be really random at times and there's not really much you can do about it, other than trying to just kill him as fast as you can. This is also the first of 4 times I'm going to forge swords in this run. So this is where it gets annoying. Everything that happened before it is pretty much scripted and happens every time. But this is where it starts to get random. That's really nice. I want him to do this a lot. Yeah, this is also pretty normal. He's always going to do that. Yeah, that was a really nice fight, really good luck. Yeah, 119, that's decent enough.
As you can tell with this game, it's settled in, in a very old style Japanese setting with the, kimonos and hakamas and whatnot. The boss that he just faced was took the form of one yudo, which is a flaming wheel with a man's head in the center, which sucks out the soul of anyone who sees it.
Yeah, I think the literal translation means something like corpse wheel or something. I think it's meant to represent like death picking up corpses left by pestilence. So yeah, now I'm gonna do a whole lot more of walking from A to B to reach the next boss fight. Alright, that's a pretty nice random encounter to get. It's basically a free roaming boar. It's pretty easy to kill. Takes like 5 to 7 seconds usually. The item itself is pretty useless in a speedrun because we're only using the strength buff and the random encounter buff later on. And none of those require me to have boar meat. Ah, that's really bad luck. These toads can be really annoying, simply because they have a lot of HP, especially the big ones. But I have my strength buff up, so it should be fine. So yeah, that's one of the fixed random encounters you can get. Basically not making it a random encounter, but a normal encounter, I guess. But you can just walk through the cave and just leave them be. So these are actually pretty annoying to fight without a strength buff, because they have a lot more HP than the normal Tengus. But wasn't so bad. Picking up some items here. Reapplying my strength buff. You really want to keep this one up as much as you can, and it's basically routed like you don't really have to buy too much extra cabbage. You basically restock 2 times and that's it for the whole run. Unless you die, of course, then it's not really working out anymore.
Mind if I drop in a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we got $10 from Kohaku. Shoutouts and much love to my dear friend Trineas for 2 years running. Remember, Kohaku is watching. Ganbatte.
Thanks, Kohaku.
A random trivia on this game. The setting for this game is based on the Genroku era, which spanned through from 1688 through the 12th month and ended around 1704.
There we go, Tengus again. There are worse encounters to get. These guys are pretty easy to fight. Well, at least most of the time, if they don't disappear off screen. So this next boss is a fun one. It's really fun to play and probably going to be really fun to watch as well. So the reason why I'm switching to a different sword before I'm entering the boss fight is because of the only glitch in this game. So every time you enter a boss fight, the game automatically switches back to your first sword, but it actually keeps the damage of the third sword in your loadout. So for some reason this guy is really weak to the first sword you get in the game, or rather its ability. That's unlucky. Was a little too slow there. But yeah, juggling in this game is really strong, if you couldn't tell. Oh, that's pretty bad. Don't want to lose my juggle. Yeah, it wasn't really the best fight. I lost my air combo a few times. Was around 10 seconds slower than it should be on average. No, it actually doesn't do anything. It just looks fancy.
Could you brief us on the story of this game?
What did you say?
Could you brief us on the story of this game, or should I brief
Yeah,
it?
I guess I could. So basically there's this badass samurai called Shigurui, but the only problem he had is that he was mortal, so he eventually died. But before he died, he developed a technique that let him live forever by switching bodies. And when he was about to do it again, he accidentally killed the wrong person, which is this little Japanese princess I'm playing right now. And now we're basically trying to find a way to separate the two again, because she's not really a fighter.
And if I recall right, the guy he was supposed to catch was the guy you just fought.
Yeah, that's right.
When you do play this game, you realize there are two sets of katanas, the long ones and the short ones.
Yeah, there are long swords and the normal swords in this game, but we don't really use the long swords at all, because they're really slow. I only really use them for their passive abilities and their damage numbers. Yeah, each sword has its own different ability, because in a speedrun the damage actually doesn't really mean anything, because bosses scale with your level anyway, so it's pretty much all about the abilities. Going to stack up on some smoke bombs here. So money used to be really tight in this run, but I eventually started picking up two more smoke bombs, that you can get every time without wasting too much time. And that made it a little lighter on the money you need for this run. Nice. Oh, that's very nice. I'm gonna need pheasants later on for the second buff I'm using in this run. So it's really nice to get them from random encounters.
They're probably the most rarest thing to happen.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much. I'm actually going to be picking up the recipe for that one right now. These guys are also pretty nice to fight, because they also die in like 2 hits with your strength buff up. Alright, one more area and we'll get to the next boss. Gonna stock up on some peasants here. Yeah, come on, get up there. Ah, come on. That was a little silly.
That's very unfortunate.
That's fine. Doesn't really matter too much that I'm losing my strength buff, because I will be applying a different one in a second anyway.
At least you didn't die on the boss.
Yeah, dying on random encounters doesn't actually mean anything, because you just start at the start of the map. And yeah, I do only have 1 HP, so it does happen sometimes.
How long have you been running this?
For a few months, I'd say like half a year now.
You were 8 seconds from world record like a day
Yeah,
ago?
that's right. I'm 8 seconds from the current world record.
So do you consider this game hard to pick up, or?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's really just a lot of practice. That sucks.
Just gonna answer a chat question here. If you break a samurai sword, they can't really defend themselves, which
Yeah,
means
that's
you can
right.
kill them instantly.
That's why I'm using the quick draw on those. I'm generally saving my quick draw for those kind of enemies, just so I have it in case I actually need it. Because it doesn't actually do that much damage, so it's not really useful for actually killing enemies with. Yeah, the buff I have on right now decreases the chance of random encounters happening by around 12%, which isn't actually all that much, and you sometimes don't really notice that you have it on. But it certainly helps, and there's no reason not to use it, really. Yeah, I did a few runs, so I didn't die a single time. But yeah, like I said, a death doesn't actually mean that much if it's outside of a boss fight. Dying inside a boss fight, though, on the other hand, is really not something you actually want. It's really hard to die on most of them, though. This next one, for instance, is pretty much one of the easiest fights in the game. Because the way I'm doing it, there's really not much risk to it. While still being really fast. Or well, at least in comparison. So yeah, these white ninjas can be really annoying because they have a lot more HP than their blue counterparts. They also explode on death, which basically one-shots you on this mode because they break your sword in one go, so you have no means of blocking it.
One thing you might notice is that Momohime is sucking in a lot of blue fire, or turquoise fire, which is souls. They're a key thing in this game.
Yeah, souls are used for crafting swords, but it doesn't actually, it's not actually that important in this run, so I don't really have to pay close attention to it. The only resource that's actually important in this run is money. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this is the only annoying attack you can do because it wastes a lot of time. So I'm gonna try to skip it with these lightning balls, which sometimes stun him. But yeah, that's the only case where I actually have to do anything. After this, it's just smooth sailing. Because I will just be doing this for a while. Because it's actually faster than attacking him, damage-wise. And if you manually attack him with your sword, he also spawns these lightning balls, which can be really annoying to deal with. So this is pretty much the best way to do it. So this is his true form. It's actually a boar that transforms into a huge fake demon, so people don't enter his mountain. But I'm not actually going to kill him in this phase. Because this way I can skip the next foot phase, which is the most annoying phase in this fight. I don't really want to deal with that again, so I'm just gonna do this and skip the whole phase. So I can do this again for a minute.
You know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. He isn't actually right either.
Alright. But yeah, there's not really much that can go wrong in this fight. It's pretty much always the same. Always takes around 2 minutes to do, depending on the RNG you get in the first phase. So yeah, fan service time. Yeah, I'm actually a little low on experience, which means I can't equip the next sword yet, but it doesn't really matter too much because I will be level 12 by the time I get to the next boss. There we go, level 12.
Also, if you are enjoying this run, remember to make sure you follow Trineas on Twitch to see more runs of this in the future, and possibly Kiski runs.
Yeah, maybe in the future. I did actually plan on doing it once I had beaten the record. I also really want to try routing the DLC characters from the Vita version. They're really fun to play as. I'm gonna forge some swords here. So I'm pretty good on smoke bombs right now, which means I have a lot of money left over to buy extra peasants as soon as I can. Because I wasn't actually able to buy too many of them. But yeah, the Vita version is actually faster than the Wii version, simply because of different hit stun behavior and all that good stuff. Less loading times. This upcoming stage is probably my favorite in the game. It also has the best music. Sadly, the boss isn't as fun as the rest of it. Don't want to fight those kite ninjas. So these guys are pretty much unique to this area. They don't really show up anywhere else, at least not in the speedrun. These monks are one of the best random encounters you can get because they're pretty much consistent 90% of the time. There's not really much you can do wrong. Alright, so this guy basically has two modes. The one he's in right now where he's just floating around. And then the second one where he turns into a ball and tries to smash me. Yeah, that's the move I want him to do all the time. That would be perfect luck. This one's pretty nice too. Alright, that's actually pretty unlucky. Because I really don't want him to be in this phase while he's enraged. Because he can kill me in one swipe. So that was really unlucky. Terrible air combo. It's actually fine if he's in this mode while he's not enraged, because he doesn't actually try to flow at me, so it's just 3 damage. Alright, come back down here. I should be fine now. Alright, that was a pretty bad fight, and I died once too, so that really sucks. Probably gonna lose in like 45 seconds at least. It happens though, this boss is actually really hard. What's the point of one-hit mode? Yeah, it's pretty much just challenge. The only thing that changes is that you have 1 HP basically. And I'm just that hardcore, I guess.
Dude, like, go pro or go home, right?
Yeah, seriously.
I think even Nate Larry would agree that we ain't no casuals when it comes to speedrunning. I know this is far from there, but are you gonna get the Kappa scale for the next boss fight?
Huh? How long does a strength boost last? A strength boost lasts for 60 seconds, but it only depletes in combat. So I could just stand here forever and nothing would happen, it would just stay on forever. Yeah, and the random encounter buff lasts for 240 seconds, but that's only outside of combat.
The reason I mentioned that scale is because the scale prevents poison for you.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I can't really get poisoned with only 1 HP. Because you can't actually die from poison. It only brings you down to 1 HP.
Oh, that's right. Good point. Good
Yeah,
point.
which is actually pretty handy in the upcoming boss fight. This area is really hard to navigate. Well, not really hard, but really annoying. You have to jump a lot and try not to get stuck on branches. Like this. I'll skip that one, because it's really annoying to fight ninjas on this map. This one's fine though. There are no branches in the way of my sliding. You usually don't want to skip ninjas ever, because they're the only ones that can drop smoke bombs. You also never really want to sit on 9 smoke bombs, because that's all you can carry. So in case you get another drop, that's basically a wasted smoke bomb. So I'm trying to stay at 7 or 9 at all times. 7 or 8. I actually don't have enough peasants right now, which is actually really bad, because I really want the random encounter buff up for the next area. So I will have to make do with the strength buff. So these guys are basically the best random encounter you can get. Well, if you do it correctly at least. Because they die in one quick hit and one quick draw. And it should only take like 3 seconds every time. I had some bad timing there, so it took a bit longer, plus 2 of them escaped.
So, Trineas, what made you pick up Muramasa the Demon Blade?
I don't know, it's just been my favorite game ever since I played it. Or one of my favorite games at least. I wanted to run it for a long time, but I never actually saw a good RTA of it until I found the Japanese world record like a year ago. Because there had only been a test and a segmented run of this game. Alright, so this is hell. It's a pretty cozy place with lots of hospitality, but I'm in a rush, so I will be skipping every random encounter. So you always want at least 6 smoke bombs for hell, because you really want to skip every random encounter you get. Well, at least for this one, except for this one. Usually every random encounter you get here is accompanied by these large Oni guys, and they're impossible to fight. So I want to skip every one of them. Sometimes you only get small Onis, like I did just now, but I realized it too late. Alright, I really hope I'm not gonna get another random encounter after this. Because I only have, well, I have no smoke bombs left anymore. So that's gonna be a problem. Well, I didn't get lucky. So let's fight these guys to die 100 times. But yeah, like I said, this is why I want to skip those, and I think I'm dead. Oh, I'm not. I got lucky. But yeah, it takes like 2 minutes to fight those guys, so that's really bad. And really bad smoke bomb management. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that can be really bad. If I get another one now, that's gonna take even longer. So that's really bad. Really, really bad. Yeah, this sucks really badly. There we go again. I might just do this until I don't get an encounter. It's probably gonna be faster. Yeah, that's really bad. I fucked that up big time. There we go again. Yeah, it's gonna happen every time these guys show up alone. But
So
yeah, it's probably gonna be faster just dying and hoping not to get an encounter.
Smoke pump doesn't work on those?
I don't have any smoke bombs anymore.
Oh.
Here we go again. I might just use another strength buff and just try to actually do this, because that's really fucking bad. Yeah, you really don't want this to happen ever. That's why you should always have enough smoke bombs. Alright, please die. Alright, finally. Oh, there we go. Got the juggle. Alright, I lost like 5 minutes on that.
I got a $20 donation from Greyman saying European Extreme was here. I Dorts is a loser. Good luck with the run.
Alright, time for a change of pace. This guy is the easiest boss in the game.
I mean, I like how his name is Big Oni, which just means big demon. And he's easy.
Well, yeah, that's what he is. He's a big guy. He's also the biggest pushover around. Yeah. But yeah, this is going to be 90% of the fight, except for the final health bar. And I'm not taking any damage from the poison either, because I'm already at 1 HP. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I'm running this difficulty. So yeah, now I'm just stun locking him to get him to put me back into his stomach again. Because there's no one in here to keep me from damaging him. You can actually get really unlucky in this fight. Because there's also these tiny Oni that constantly spawn. And they can really screw you up if they want to. Alright, one more time. Here they come. Please leave me alone. Yeah, this guy got stuck, I guess. Happens sometimes. Alright. Now I can't actually go back into the stomach, so I'll have to go on his head. I will actually have to jump down for a second once he changes animations right here. Alright, now I'm going back up. Basically, the reason I'm doing that is because if he changes animation and you're on top of his head, he's gonna enter enrage mode and try to kill me, which I don't want, obviously. So I have to just jump down for a second, and I can jump back down after this animation is finished. But yeah, that's all that there is to this fight, if you do it like this.
I got 2 donations right here.
All right.
Shoutouts for you. Let's see. $10 from RJ. Message for Trineas. Remember just to have one wife.
That's not how it works.
$5 from FAIRC. If you spend less time looking at little girls in Final Fantasy 14 and more time practicing, you would do better, Trineas Kun.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you guys for the donations. Everything is going for a great cause. Keep up the good work, Trineas.
To be fair, that never actually happened in a run before. So if you want to mark that down, you can do that. Alright, now I'm forging my final set of swords, which I will be using for the final 2 bosses. Oh, he actually dodged. That's pretty cheeky. Oh, I should probably go down there. Right, I'm gonna pick up an item here, which I will be needing for the final boss fight. Well, this guy is basically the most rare random encounter you can get in this game. And you really don't want him in the speedrun because he actually wastes quite a lot of time. Because he has so much HP. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's good or bad luck. Alright. That's pretty much all the money I needed for this run. Won't have to buy anything else after this. I can still buy some extra smoke bombs if I actually do have the money at some point. There's still one more merchant coming up in the run. Oh, come on. Can't believe I lost one. I missed one again. Alright, this boss area can be really annoying. Because this is where mobs start showing up. Pretty much the worst enemy in this game. I'm also really slow on smoke bombs again, so that's good. Because these giant Onis can also show up here. Sadly not as, thankfully not as many as in Hell though. So it should be fine. Yeah, we'll have to fight these guys. Don't really have a choice at this point. It's gonna take a bit, but it's better than fighting these giant Onis. Alright. Let's not die. There we go, almost died. Alright, time for the best boss in the game. You guys better turn up your volume.
Well, it's Raijin, after all.
This technically can be the easiest fight in the game if you get perfect luck, but I'm highly doubt that's gonna actually happen. But yeah, she's really weak to this sword's ability, so we'll be abusing that. Alright, that's pretty good. I basically want her to keep doing this for the whole fight. But yeah, that's the Japanese God of Thunder, everyone. There we go. Not the best luck, but I can work with this. There we go. I just hope she won't do it again. That's really unlucky. That should still be fine. That should be it for this fight too. Yeah, that should be it. She stays stunned really long. So yeah, that's the technically easiest boss in the game. I hope you enjoyed that. Huh? No, but you can fight her in the DLC. Just with a different character. The fourth DLC character is really similar to her though. Alright, time for the final stage. Well, I guess I have to fight these guys. I'm really low on smoke bombs. Guess I can show you why I want to skip those every time. Because they only take damage from their own projectiles. And these are completely random. This was actually not that bad, but it can be a lot worse than that. And you never know what you're going to get. Yeah, this guy can actually snipe you sometimes, it's really annoying. Because he hits you right as you exit the map, and you can't really like dodge or block anything at that point. There we go, finally. That wasn't so hard, was it? 3 smoke bombs, better than nothing. How many deaths? Too many. Alright, time for the final area. This one's pretty easy actually, but it's still nice to have some smoke bombs. So I'm actually going to try to use up all of my smoke bombs because I won't be needing them anymore after this. So it would be a waste to have like one left. Also more moths. What does Falnus do? Well, it's basically if you eat something, you're gonna be full for a few seconds, and you have to wait until the bar depletes until you can eat something again, or use a health item. Yes, thank you. Actually, I stupid. Need to pick up an item first. That would have been really bad. Because I actually need that. Yeah, they have some sort of poison aura. And that basically constantly damages you. And the reason why I'm surviving is because this game has a mechanic called, I don't actually remember what it's called again. But basically if you hold A while you're in mid-air, you will never really die. You will also will always skip back to 1 HP. Like it actually flickers to 0 and then goes back to 1. I think it's called Last Stand or something like that. Well, I guess I'm just stupid. Well, sometimes I use a smoke bomb before I even see the enemies. And I mean, at this point I can just skip pretty much every encounter anyway.
I was thinking what we have to do there I can you don't want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I sometimes just do it instinctively and just basically spam the use item button as soon as I enter combat without even looking for what I'm getting. Like I really don't want to fight these guys. these. But yeah, it's just a habit. Like sometimes I don't skip them and sometimes I skip them. I'm just weird like that, I guess. But yeah, the stage is really long, but we're almost there. Oh yeah, I can skip that. Actually no, I'm not gonna skip that one. I'm gonna save it for the final room just in case I get some bullshit encounter. Alright. That should be the last encounter of the game. Time for the final boss. So this boss is really annoying in a casual speedrun, in a casual playthrough of this game. Because you basically have to kill the same two guys like 3 times each to be able to actually attack the real boss. But I'm gonna be cheating a little, using this one whetstone I picked up on the way here. And also my second sword's really broken ability. So I'm switching to this, activate my whetstone and just spam my sword ability. So what this whetstone does, it basically freezes my sword gauge, which basically means I'm not depleting any of its energy. Which means I can just keep spamming its ability until the buff runs out, which makes this fight really easy.
So as you might have noticed, Fudo Myo, the big guy who's being torn apart right now,
pretty bad.
he spawned
for a second.
Okay.
That should be fine though. Just gonna do it like this.
He spawned 2 minions, Kongara Doji and Seitaka Doji. Basically, Kongara Doji, which is the lighter skinned fellow who's on screen right now. Both of these guys are basically like, I would say the Vanillaware's touch on the Chinese mythology characters from Journey to the West. Being the darker skinned fellow being Son Wukong, or Son Goku as you might have known him, and the lighter skinned fellow as Tripitaka, the monk who traveled with them in the Journey to the West. Small random trivia right there. Japanese love that tale.
Alright, I'm actually being really bad. I should have destroyed both feet at the same time. So I have to kill one of these guys to get my sword energy back. Alright. Now I can go back to spamming. Alright. 2 more times. Alright, I have to do it one more time to destroy the head.
And I would assume that Fudo Myo being a demonic version of Buddha himself.
I don't want to be there when he does that. Alright, that's really bad. Yeah, doing the super move right now basically. And I don't really want to get hit by that. There we go. Alright, that's one. Alright. Alright, that was completely terrible. Yeah, I lost around 10 minutes on Hell alone simply because of that train wreck. And this fight was really fucking bad as well. I'm really disappointed, but at least I'm still underestimate, I guess. But yeah, that's 12 minutes over my PB. That's really bad.